So, that being said, we've got some other good stuff going. We've got babies coming. Let me show you a couple eggs, or a couple clutches that we've set up in the last couple days. Real excited about this. We might have showed some of these on the vlog, I can't remember. But check this out, guys. This was Sigourney to Dragonite, so potential banana lace blackbacks. Some of them are starting to go into shed. Only got one banana here. We also got a lace blackback. You can see that one in the back there. There's obviously the banana. It's in shed now. I can't tell. I think it's just a regular banana though, not a banana lace blackback. But still, pretty little clutch. And actually, the normals from a previous clutch that I was afraid were going to take forever to sell have been going really fast. So that's nice. This is a beautiful clutch from Gandalf, our Mystic Potion. These are all either Mystics or Mojaves. I see some of each. Looks like Mojave right there. Another Mojave down there. See a Mystic for sure right here. But we'll have to, the ones that I can't tell easily, I'll pull out the bellies and see what's a Mystic and what's a Mojave, just to be doubly sure. But yeah, beautiful clutch there. And then just today, this final update of the day, this was the clutch I was so excited about because it was going to be my redemption clutch. So quick background here, guys. Last year, I got a clutch of 11 eggs out of a not really that big het ultramel female, bred to our visual ultramel male. 11 eggs, all fertile. They all went full term. But at the end of incubation, about the last week, they looked really dry. And I was concerned that they were too dry and we might lose some babies. I cut one egg and it was totally dried out. And I was just horrified. So I cut all the eggs and added a little bit of water. 2 or 3 of them were already dead, and so they were gone. So we were down to like 8 or so eggs. Another 2 of them died pretty much within a couple hours of having opened them. They just got too dry. It happens to people all the time. It had never happened to us though, and I was horrified. Most of the ones that died were visuals. Go figure, right? I mean, they're all beautiful animals. They all deserve to live, but it was like a double blow that the visuals were the ones dying. So I added water, and apparently, I guess I added too much because they hadn't absorbed their yolk yet, and they're very water permeable. So their blood got too diluted is what I think happened with water. I could even see that the blood vessels, which had been bright red, kind of turned a little bit pale, almost pink, like there was just way too much water in them. So a few more drowned after I was trying to save them from drying out. Guys, I was messed up. I was so upset. And we ended up saving 3. Just 3 from the 11 egg clutch. One of them was a visual male who was since sold, and then we had 2 hets that we might have 1 or 2. I don't know. They might have sold already as well. But yeah, so that was my disaster of the year right there. I was so upset. First visual ultramels we were ever going to produce, and I killed most of the clutch by husbandry mistakes. And that I know that happens to everybody. Not everybody admits it, but it happened to me. And so this clutch I was so excited for this year. She laid again, 2nd year in a row. She laid 8 eggs this time, all healthy. I was so excited. And just barely opened up the clutch yesterday, maybe the day before, and I just set them up. And look at this. Beautiful babies. But do you notice anything missing there? Not one single visual. I kid you not. The chances of putting a visual male to a het female and not getting any visuals when you have 8 babies is like 1 out of 132 chance. And we hit that odd. So now I'm just like, and again, I don't want to disparage these animals. These are also wonderful animals. They'll go to new homes and be someone's pet, and they'll love them, and that's fantastic. But it was just like another blow, and I was so stoked to get these visual ultramels and start some project. We still don't have a visual ultramel female now. We don't have one. 2 years in a row where I really thought I'd get some ultramel females to start raising up for future projects, and we don't have it. So last year we kept 2 female het ultramels that we're raising up. I don't think they'll get big enough this year to breed, but the next year they will. So maybe in 2020 we'll get some ultramels. But that's all right. That's how it goes. We've had so many successes. I almost feel like ungrateful for complaining about, you know, one thing that didn't go quite right. And, you know, they're all healthy. They're all wonderful animals. I'm sure that they'll all take off eating and they'll be great. And I'm excited about them. I'm glad that they're doing well. I love the ultramel gene, and we've been set back yet again on our plans for it. But that is how any job that relates to live animals, or even probably live plants, but at least animals, that's how it's going to go. You cannot, you have no guarantees ever. I mean, they could get an illness and we could lose our whole collection. There could be a fire and lose our whole collection. So much worse things could happen than just, you know, some bad odds genetically. Now, there were frustratingly, astronomically bad odds. We didn't even get a single visual, but that's okay. I know that the female was proven het because last year there were a bunch of visuals. So that's not a problem. She's a het. We've got 2 more het girls we're raising up. More out of angst than anything. So I'm determined to make this happen, but that's okay. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up for this next breeding season. At some point, we're going to have to finalize, you know, what pairings we're going to put together. It's still a while off before we start breeding again. But I want to have a good, solid idea of who's going to who. We've got some new males, but they're pretty young. And I don't really like starting them until they're like 500 grams at least. We have started them a little smaller than that before, but they didn't breed. And there's no point in stressing them out and risking them going off of feed when they're not even going to really produce for you. So we pretty much don't really start till 500 grams. But even then, there's no guarantee that they'll just, you know, take off and start breeding. So we've got to decide who are we going to put with who, and how are we going to do, you know, like kind of a backup male in case that the initial male we're trying doesn't work out, if they just won't breed. Anyway, so we'll take you along on that. There's a lot more stuff coming up. I know I've been given teasers about these new animals coming for a long time. We have 2 more species coming in. If anyone guesses correctly, how about this? If anyone guesses correctly, I will let them know if they were correct. But you only get 1 guess, okay? So in the comments, we have 2 species coming in this summer still, okay? So you get 2 guesses, I guess, because there's 2 species. If you guess it correctly, I will let you know personally. I'm not going to put it in the comments, but I will let you know if it was right. And a few of you already know, so that's not really fair. A couple of my friends watch this, or family members, and that doesn't count. But if you don't already know and you guess correctly, I'll let you know. And I don't know, maybe I'll put it out there because it's still a couple months off for some of these. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me as I've been rambling on. We've got a lot going on. We're really busy. So I was just trying to come in here and pick up the camera and talk about some of the things that we're trying to do. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think the new animals are that we're getting. Very excited about them. We've been working with some great breeders who have answered every possible question of ours. I can't reiterate enough how fantastic the reptile hobby has been to us. I know that there's people that aren't honest or that don't keep their animals healthy and all these problems that you see out there, but don't let all the complaints about those few individuals convince you that most of the breeders out there are like that, or most of the people in this hobby are like that, because it's not true. We have now worked with dozens of breeders very closely as we've gotten new animals in, and we have had fantastic experience after fantastic experience. People working with us on shipping. We're in Alaska, so sometimes shipping can be more tricky than usual. We've had people working with us on answering dozens of questions, and they don't get impatient with us. It's been just awesome to work with these people, and we've made some really good friends, people that we've bought from and people that we've sold to, that we have become friends with. And so don't let some of the negativity you see online convince you that this hobby is full of angry people or liars or animal abusers, because it's just not true. There are some individuals that may not be doing everything right, but most of the people out there are doing a great job, and I think the hobby's in a great spot. We're a small breeder. We're not a big guy that's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and stuff, and sells their animals really quickly, and it's easy for them now because they've been doing it for so long. We're small time. We've only been doing it for a few years, but it's working. And so I can't look around at the industry and say, oh, the ball pythons are crashing or the reptile hobby is slowing down. I don't think it is. I think it's taking off. I think there's more people than ever buying reptiles, buying ball pythons. I think that the hobby is doing a great job at growing and expanding into new demographics. And we've worked with people all over the country at this point. People from outside the country have reached out to us. And it's been a great experience. So I will stop rambling now, but please have a positive attitude about this hobby. It is a fantastic hobby, one of the best out there. And until next time, you've been watching The Reptile Barn.